Ooh, baby. Yeah. All right, so it's Sunday. It is Sunday, the 14th. So, whew, I don't know, man. Taking these walks, I'm only, you know, during the wintertime, I take my, I actually go and do a job. And I work that motherfucker. Cause shit, you ain't got shit else to do. And, today I was really thinking about and looking at what we do that how do I say this? It was great in my head, but when I'm actually going out to say it is when it get all stuck. All right, but basically what I was thinking about was the fact of the matter that we do what we got to do when we don't want to do it, but when we got things that we can do that'll make us better, we don't want to do it. Or like we'll come in with a great idea, but then when it's time to be consistent or do it, but do it at the level where that it works is when we now lose focus. It's kind of like, well, a lot of people, include myself, gets into like challenges or, start your health and wellness or workout journey, right? And you're trying, the whole goal is lose the weight, for aesthetic purposes. Like, hell, I'm just focused on getting a flatter stomach, getting a flatter stomach, because my gut health is as good, you know. And a lot of people ignore the fact that a lot of people that I run across too, I want to say everybody, I say the people I run across too, they ignore their gut health, but they want to lose the weight, right? And it doesn't make sense to me only maybe because of the fact of the matter that, you know, when I was in school studying pharmacology, and the science of the body and the medicines and the things that you can put in your body, and you know what it does and where it does and why it does it. You feel me? That's all what pharmacy is. It's really knowing how to take a drug or herb, anything that you put into your body, and know what it does and where it goes. You know what I'm saying? And what's the result you're going to get from when you're taking it, right? And just knowing how that works effectively, right? That's all pharmacy is, right? It's just you're in the business of, creating, they're in the business of creating drugs that that on the surface, able to solve a problem, but um, but also create another problem. It's like when you start fixing on your hoopty instead of just buying a new car. And unfortunately, we don't have a new body, so you got to fix on the hoopty. But the great part about this hoopty, you could turn it into a new car if you take the time out to repair it. Now, it does take work, but if you're disciplined enough, and if you really want it bad enough, you'll get there, right? Now, a lot of people do it, but not enough to where that our conversations are the same. You get what I mean? Like, I meet more people that are clinically obese, but talk about why they have health problems instead of just going ahead and lose the excess of fat to fix the health problems. And a lot of the health problems, well, 99% of your health problems come from your gut. And it's not the gut of fat, it's the gut of you don't give your body a chance to process the food, right? And whatever you fucking eat. And since if it can't go nowhere, right? If it can't go nowhere, what does it do? It sits. It's like if you don't take out the trash and that trash sits in there, it's going to eventually smell. It's going to eventually fester, and then it's going to get in your fucking nerves, right? And what got me down that path, it's like, well, how many of us likes to sit in things that we know we can do something about, but yet we choose not to do it? Not because we're not capable, not because we're not competent, not because we don't know how. It's just we just choose not to fucking do it, you know? And it always bothered me. Like, well, what is it about it that makes us not want to do it even when we know better? It's kind of like when I look at my daughter and I ask her, I said, well, why are you getting D's on one thing, and then when I tell you, hey, you can't go play, you're not going to be on the team if you're getting below a certain grade level, now all of a sudden turn that D to an A in less than 2 weeks. You know? So that put me down the path of like, okay, so it's your motivations. It has nothing to do with your ability. It has nothing to do with your IQ. It has nothing to do with your intellect. It has everything to fucking do with what's your motivation, you know? And what's good? How you doing? You know, and because, you know, a lot of times I understand that the fear of loss is greater than the fear of gain. You know, I get it, but I get it, but I don't subscribe to that. And that doesn't make me better or less than. It just makes me a person. I just don't subscribe to lack. I don't subscribe to not having. And I fought that to my fucking father. You want to know why I fought that to my father? Because I was just having a conversation with him this morning, and even though he's stuck in his ways and he's hard-hearted, one thing he always instilled in me is that no man or woman is greater than you. Y'all are all the fucking same. No white man, black man, blue green person. Y'all all the motherfucking same in his book. He said, I treat you exactly how you are if you were rich, poor, black, green, blue, purple. And that's his mentality. Now, I'm an Aquarius, and that's my natural perspective. So the fact about it that he was telling me that stuff put me in a frame of mind where that some people might look at you as, some people might look at you as being different or exceptional because you achieved something that they wasn't able to achieve. You know, being financially, socially, emotionally, physically. You know, some women are just built with a natural BBL, and the rest of y'all had to buy a BBL. Does that make her better than you because she bought the BBL and you was born with it? No. It's the fact of the matter, y'all both got BBLs. Now, do y'all have the same medical issues? No. Y'all don't have nowhere near the same medical issues. It's getting cold in the bitch. And I only got 12% already. Goddamn, I should have charged my phone. But, you know, but what that threw me off real quick. But the fact of the matter that, okay, she had a BBL and the other one didn't. Does it make it better? No, they're different. The thing is that the one that had the natural BBL, had the natural booty, you feel me? She did the work. She might have started off with a little something because mama had a little something, but to maintain the quality, the curvature, the booty, the actual shape, what she had to do? She had to get her narrow ass in the motherfucking gym and start working that motherfucker, you feel me? And start keeping it up because your body changes. Now the girl who had that bought her BBL, guess what the fuck she had to do at the end of the day? Get her narrow ass in the motherfucking gym and keep that motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? Because them bitches drop just like that, especially if you did the booty transfer, right? If you did the fat transfer, right? So fat is still fat, right? It's still organic, which means you still gonna have to develop some fucking muscle, right? You still gonna have to develop some type of discipline. Yeah, I know I'm cussing at y'all again. You know, I said the D word. Discipline. It's gonna require you to do this. And this is day 14, man. So in day 14, we've been doing decline push-ups. We're doing decline push-ups. Why? Because in your descent, you're working your shoulders, which means the weight of your body is on your shoulders. And how many of us have been carrying the weight of the world, the weight of our kids, the weight of the problems, the weight of what we don't have versus what we do have? What are our options? What are our opportunities? And in day 14, I was thinking about and just dwelling on the fact of the matter that you don't have no problems if you say you don't have no problems. That doesn't mean that you don't have things that you need to take care of. It just means that the perspective of how you see it is not a problem. You know, what's amazing about it is that I'm just I'm a Bible kid. I was born a PK, so I can't ignore the fact that the principles are right there. And say what you want, mean what you way, it is what it is. Judge me, judge, or judge me, whatever. Well, in the Bible, there was a story of Joseph. And you know, in the story of Joseph, you know, his brothers turned on him because they was a hater. Why was Joseph being hated on? Because he was just exceptional at what the fuck he was doing. He was really good. And he was able to have dreams that he can actually interpret. He was smart than a motherfucker. And on top of the fact of the matter that he was the youngest of the bunch. But for some reason, he had favor, right? So by the fact that he had favor, you know, his brother was haters, so they threw his ass in the motherfucking well, thinking the nigga to get rid of him and say he dead, right? The hate as a hater, right? But he was able to get his ass out that motherfucker, right? Got sold, instead of getting killed off, he gets sold into slavery. And boom, he get in there, he got a problem. Why? He ain't got no family no more, right? But while he was in there, while he got sold into slavery, he still is let be known that he had a skill that could serve a purpose, right? So when he served the purpose, he walked out into the king and let him know, like, hey, bro, hey, king be giving these divine interventions of like, hey, man, value about, you know, it's about to be bad for you in a minute. You know, he had some fat cows that was getting eaten up by the skinny cows, right? So since Joseph had that insight of interpretation, he had that intuition to learn how to read between the lines and learn how to discover, he discovered his ability to discern cosmic consciousness and, you know, divine interpretation, right? So, hey, what's up? So since he was able to discover that bad boy, what did he do? He said, hey, look, dude, you about to experience a drought and you need some, and you about to experience a nasty amount of famine. But we can fix that. We can fix that famine before it becomes a problem, right? Now, of course, the king is like, oh, we about to have a problem. But Joseph was like, hey, dude, I was given an intervention to let you know this ain't a problem because this is